a positive takeaway from the weekend, I thought, again, Friday, Marcus Stroman against a pretty tough opponent. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Liked a lot what I saw from Marcus Stroman. He scuffles against that lineup, but man, he made some big pitches when he needed to.
Yeah, I think what we saw from Marcus Stroman that night is what everybody's been waiting to see and anticipating. He had his bumps in the road when he came up and pitched out of the bullpen, but when we look back at that now, that could have been a huge blessing right there to bring him up, get his feet wet in the major leagues, had some struggles, fought through some innings, had also some success, go back down, get in his routine, and now he comes back, and now maybe this is the Marcus Stroman that the Toronto Blue Jays know that they do have. But yeah, he was very good. He's got good stuff. We saw his game against Kansas City. It was fun to see that Eric Hosmer highlight after he struck out on that breaking ball, and he yelled, wow. And that's the kind of stuff he has. But Marcus Stroman knows how to pitch. He's a very bright young guy as well. He knows how to attack hitters, and he knows his stuff. I think he knows who he is, and he's a confident young man, and he's got stuff to back it up.
What is it about that change in that curve that have so many people shaking their head?
The changeup has got to be one of the best pitches in baseball. Pedro Martinez, some of the great ones that you know. And the reason the changeup is such a good pitch is because the rotation on the baseball coming in looks a lot like a fastball. And all of a sudden, instead of being 94, it's 85 or 86. And as a hitter, especially when you can start throwing it when you're behind in the count, 1-0, 2-1, when pitchers start doing that, that's so tough on hitters. Now, the breaking ball, his curveball, he's got a curveball, slider, and cutter. So he throws them all. And again, here's a kid that can probably throw them all effectively too. But that curveball, he calls it curveball. I was calling it slider the first time he pitched.
A lot of people doing the same
thing. When I
thing.
spoke to him, he said, that's more my curveball. I will throw my slider, and he explained the cutter's ball, but we'll call it a breaking ball. But it was a curveball. But again, very sharp and very late break, so the rotation is so tight. A good breaking ball, any kind, whether it's a slider or curveball, the rotation is very tight. Well, when the rotation is very tight, again, it looks like a fastball. And then at the very last second, as that ball's entering the hitting zone, you as a hitter go commit, and that's when that break goes big and late. And I mean, those are the key components of good breaking pitches. And Marcus Stroman, when he is on, he's got those pitches. Now it's a matter of being consistent with them, which he wasn't so much when he was up here earlier out of the bullpen. We saw him really get beat up by Cleveland and by the Angels because those pitches were not sharp and were not crisp. But when they are, he's really good.
Yeah, and I think we've seen why he is a starter. I mean, he needs to be able to throw all his pitches.
Got all those pitches, absolutely.
As opposed, and you can come in from the bullpen and say, well, I'm still the same guy, and I'm going to throw all my pitches, but you're not.
Probably not. You're coming into an inning, and a lot of times you're coming in to throw 2/3 of an inning or a third, or maybe an inning, or maybe an inning and a third at the most, but you probably don't have that much time to really set up hitters and do that sort of thing. So you're coming out of the bullpen with a little bit of a different mentality.
Yeah, you really can't, quote unquote, work your way out of situations.
Well, and as a starter, you're going through the lineup a few times,
Sure.
hopefully 3 times and maybe into a 4th. Well, when you get to big league hitters in a lineup around that 3rd time, you better make adjustments as a pitcher as well, because those hitters are. So you need to break out some other pitches and change up your sequences.